Number 12, Jen Salatoris. Number 3, Terry Arapat. Number 6, Donathan Robinson. And now for the starters. Number 10, Jack Ecker. Number 5, Les Castro. Number 4, Keith Richburg. Number 18, Ryan Matthews. Number 17, Tony Watson. Number 13, Kevin Henderson. Number 20, Tyler Shedd. Goalkeeper, Andy Isaacson. Number 8, Ted Evans. Number 15, Tim Shedd. And number 19, Daryl Downing. Assistant coach Bill Hauser. Assistant coach Gary Miller and head coach Glenn Gibson. And now for the Anderson Redskins.
You ran to McDonald's? Oh. Smells good, doesn't it? Hi. Hi. You found a ride? Jerry, you go by yourself. I remember this. Oh, yeah.
Well, what you're going to have to do is go back to the
I did that once. I remember. I was like, oh, wrong way. You mad at Tilly?
Nothing you've never said before.
Loser and Rudy. He got told.
How old are you, number 8? They don't wake you up. Blood stops on you when they get on the field. Pick it up. Come on, G. Win. Come Reggie.
Without going to McDonald's.
Oh, you're allowed to go? Yeah. Good, bring us some. You want to walk over?
He goes like this. He goes, you're coming out. And he goes, Santini.
And then I saw it the one time I did laugh. That's a snap. Yeah. You gotta go up there.
At least you tried a little.
I don't know. I was coming home with you know, right down the corner. All right, come on, Katie. Oh, go, Nostrum now.
He's older. I know.
That's not fair. That would be a good captain player.
I think it's a good club.
You got any money, man?
I'm not sure.
No, Red, you're wrong. It's blue.
Bomber?
It doesn't matter. He made a phone.
Probably fluid. Tell this thing going way down there. Well, you look like you were hurt before, Pat. I was.
Come on. Yeah, he's not the guy who's having trouble with, man.
Get to the ball! Get his ball.
First time, pull him off.
Pass on blow!
They're trying to lure this kid to sleep.
Go, Keith! Hey, shoot.
Center it.
Everybody, just
Take it away!
Get it! Come on, Jackie! Don't leave Why do you know who it was? Brian.
Come on, bro!
Let's go! Something right out there! Come on, Tigers! Stay with the now keep it down! Ready to go! Let's go! Come on, Blue! Play! I just finished mine.
People get on it.
It's munching time.
Stay with him!
Go away.
Man, give catch it.
Oh, there we go! Come on, under it, Blue!
That's all you got to do.
Come on, Blue!
Play it!
Come on, Blue!
Get it, Joe.
All right, Tyler! We're passer out, Blue! Come out of there, Blue!
All right, go.
Go! Come on, the rest of you!
Come on, Blue.
Come on, Blue!
Come on.
Okay, knees, everybody, knees.
Point that direction so the ball will go in. The umbrella one is there.
Yeah. You move your knees. In there! Oh! All right!
Better quickly.
I got one here, so I
Nice!
Shoot it from there, Tony! Shoot it!
Yeah.
Yeah, he just got here. Stay with him.
Good job.
Come on, Barry, let's hear it from you. Have a great day.
All right, Alex?
Right there! Yes!
Other way! Stay with him.
Hurry up!
Good job. Come on, take it. Take it. Come on.
Watch that little guy!
He's good, he's good, watch it.
Come on, Blue!
Blue, come on out.
Watch your man!
Guys, get on it!
Tony, come on.
No shot, no shot.
Come on, John, put it in.
He told her that. Oh, don't even act like that. Control the game, Graham. Come on, I've got their late. Tony, you let them all see.
They want to put their... They want to be logic. Bobby played hard.
Touch it up.
Huh?
All right.
Call for the ball. Kevin.
Come on, Luke! Here, Kevin! Stay with him! Stay with him! Come on, Luke! Come on, Luke!
Drop it in there.
Short 10 yards.
Hey, Number 3 was back there. All right.
Same sorry refs did our game.
Come on, Jack.
I'll tell you, this year has been I swear that pretty just keeps going downhill.
Come on, get mad, you guys. Let's go. Come on. Come on, let's get the ball! Everybody, come on, Chargers, let's play!
For Anderson and Waller.
Nobody goes the ball out there.
Come on, Kevin.
Out there, Kevin!
Yes.
Get to the ball, Blue! Come on!
Yeah. Just died out there. Got long hair.
You got like some dirty stuff. People say, "Oh, wasn't even there."
You are, wait, how about you are alumno. That's Spanish for student.
Well, sometimes they do it to
Come on, Timmy. Come on, Tim. Stay with him.
No, it isn't.
Oh, no.
Hey, Kevin.
Come on, Blue!
Blue.
Get him, lad.
Stay with him, lad.
Take him one out, get him, fella. All right, Brian, come on. Let's go, Brian. Stay with it. That's it.
Keep it down here, Blue.
The ball bounces up.
Jackie.
Because she's like all right, Tony! Come on, stay tight, let's go!
This grass,
Come
guys.
on, Brian.
Come on, Brian.
Make your passes count, guys! Come on, Blue! Take it.
Come on, Rep. Mugged him. You missed it.
Jeez, Bill. Short face. Short face. That was cleaning it up, Kelly. That's not what I wanted. Lots more snow. Now look at that. Hey, you see it all?
Let it run through.
The story of the whole game.
Both games. We haven't played. I don't know.
Come on, guys. Come on. 3 guys had a shot at that ball. The goalkeeper had a
We're going to run down the Amelia Barron starting lineups for you right now. Starting at fullback, number 6, Rick Heinz. Number 8, Butch Smith. He's a midfielder. Number 9, Keith McHenry. He's a fullback. Number 22, John Shepard, a forward. 29, Brad Gillespie, a midfielder. 33, Derek Grundy, a fullback. 40, Jamie Tessoff, a forward. Number 45, David Powell, midfielder. Number 46, Tim Stevens, he's a fullback. Number 48, Eric Smith is a forward. And tonight's goalkeeper for the Barons will be Greg Gessendorf. The Barons are coached by Craig Mazzaro on the varsity level, Tom Wilson, varsity assistant and reserve coach. We'll be right back with the Charger starting lineups. Hello, we're back. Right now you're probably looking at the Chargers in their huddle. We're going to give you the Chargers starting lineups right now. Number 4, Keith Richburg will be starting at halfback. Les Castro, number 5, another halfback. Number 8, Ted Jebbins, a fullback tonight. Number 9, Bill Stonich at the striker position, along with number 10, Jack Ecker. Number 13, Kevin Henderson starts at fullback tonight. 15, Tim Shedd, a halfback. Number 17, Tony Watson, a stopper and a co-captain. Number 18, Brian Matthews, a halfback. Number 20, Tyler Shedd, the sweeper and co-captain. And the goalkeeper, Andy Isaacson. The Chargers are coached by Glenn Gibson, varsity assistant Gary Miller, and the reserve coach is Bill Osler. Our managers for the Chargers are Lori Borak, Terry Cooper, Stacy Carlson, Terrence Harrison, and the Chargers trainer, Mr. Jan Shedd. We have 80 minutes of exciting soccer action coming to you. You see the Chargers in their end of the field. Chargers will be defending the south goal here in the first half with Isaacson in the goal. Amelia will take the north half, or the north goal, with Greg Gesserdorf. The Barons come into this game with a 6-6-3 record. We're getting ready to start this game right now. It was announced before the game started that Forest Park has the number 1 seed in the soccer division playoffs, which means they will be playing at home on October 28th. I believe this game is going to be aired before that date, so we'd like to see y'all come out and support the Chargers in their quest for Columbus. Back to soccer action now. Game underway. You see number 22 for Amelia there, John Shepard, the forward. I gotta be able to see. Chilly night here tonight, about 50 degrees right now, ground rather hard. Short little clear by Ted Jebbins. Keith Richburg takes control of the ball. Jack Ecker assumes control. Pass over to Les Castro. Castro centers it to Brian Matthews. Matthews plays through a horde of Amelia Barons. Ecker stopped by number 6, Rick Hines, a fullback. Castro immediately regains control. 2 men on. Number 48, Eric Smith, joined in the attack for Amelia. Ball cleared for Amelia by number 46, Tim Stevens, one of the fullbacks. Jack Ecker will take the throw in. Ball back to Les Castro, who immediately sends it back up to Jack Ecker. Jack had a little 2-on-1 defense being played on him. Little chipper over towards the goal is out. We'll have a Amelia goal kick. Excuse me, a Forest Park corner kick to be taken by Les Stretch Castro. 38 minutes and 21 seconds remaining here in the first half. Once again, this contest features the Forest Park Chargers playing the Amelia Barons in boys varsity soccer action. Number 17, Tony Watson. Greg Gesserdorf made the save for the Barons. High punt drifts over towards the bottom half of your screen, which would be the west side of the field, I believe. Have a Charger throw in to be taken by Ted Jebbins, who's going to throw it back to the sweeper, co-captain Tyler Shedd. Nice ball work by Matthews. Passes over to number 17, Tony Watson. Watson gets it up to Keith Richburg, who had the ball stolen from him by 2 Amelia defenders. Number 45, David Powell, takes control for the Barons. Tyler Shedd with the clear has Jack Ecker on the top half of your screen. Tyler Shedd in pursuit of number 45, David Powell. Tony Watson regains control for the Chargers. Ball goes up past Tim Shedd, but Jack Ecker's there. Amelia kicks it back into the Chargers half of the field. John Shepard in on the play for the Barons. Kevin Henderson handling the defensive duties for the Chargers. Nice pass from Les Castro to Bill Stonich. Stonich looking for Jack Ecker, but the ball is cleared out by Tim Stevens. Ecker with a short little throw into Les Castro. Play being set up. Centered over to Brian Matthews. Brian takes a shot on goal, but it's wide to the right of the goal. Have an Amelia goal kick. Keith Richburg just scored a goal there for the Forest Park Chargers. And so Forest Park jumps out with a quick 1-0 lead with 35 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in the first half. Keith's been a real offensive power for the Chargers this year. Keith had 29 points scored last year for the Chargers in their 13-3-5 season. Forest Park made it 3 games into the state playoffs last year before being defeated by Green Hills 4-0. Back to action on the field. There you see number 18, Brian Matthews. Up to 17, Tony Watson. Up to Keith Richburg. Jack Ecker tries to get it over to Bill Stonich, but the ball deflected away by an Amelia defender. Ball kicked downfield by Brad Gillespie. Ted Jebbins with the offensive stalwart there. Number 22, John Shepard, has control. We'll have a Forest Park throw-in to be taken by Jebbins. Throws it back, throws it over to Tony Watson. Or to Brian Matthews. Bill Stonich with control now. He has Keith Richburg on his left side. Jack Ecker in the middle. Over on the far side of your screen, you might see Tim Shedd. There, Tim comes into view. Richburg has a shot. He may have a chance for a shot here. Rick Hines and Brad Gillespie guarding Richburg. Tim Shedd with control of the ball now after a cross rolls out. We'll have an Amelia goal kick. Nice kick off the head of Brian Matthews. Eric Smith with control for the Pioneers. Pass taken by, or intercepted by Jack Ecker, who kicks it over to Tony Watson, clears it over to Brian Matthews. Chargers begin an upfield assault. Tim Shedd with control now, gets it out a little far in front of him. Have a trip call. Will be a Forest Park free kick. Once again, a trip call on the Barons. Kick will be taken by Brian Matthews. Chargers converge on the goal. Off the head of Bill Stonich. Rolls into the hands of Amelia goalkeeper Greg Gessendorf. Line drive punt by Gessendorf. Off the head of Matthews. Jack Ecker comes up with control. Gets it over to Brian Matthews, who loses control. Keith Richburg centers the ball to Jack Ecker. Jack with the little roller to the goalkeeper. Little line drive punt off the shin of Bill Stonich. Rolls back to the keeper, Gessendorf again. Better punt that time by Gessendorf off the head of Ted Jebbins. Tyler Shedd's going to handle it this time. Center over to Tony Watson, who's going to take it over to the left side of the field, and Brian Matthews. Derek Grundy, number 35 for Amelia, kicks the ball downfield to number 22, John Shepard. Andy Isaacson takes control of the ball. Nice punt off the head of number 22, John Shepard. Downfield kick by Eric Smith. Referee has to get out of the way there. Richburg with control, trying to get it up to Jack Ecker off the foot of Amelia's Rick Hines. Little chipper upfield by Tony Watson, just not enough on it. Off the head of Ted Jebbins into the feet of John Shepard. Derek Grundy tried to break up the play there, unsuccessful, almost called for a trip. Was able to catch in time. Butch Smith unsuccessfully tries to get the ball to the keeper Gessendorf, but will have a Forest Park corner kick from the top of your screen. 31.5 minutes remaining in first half. Ecker's pass deflected by an Amelia defender. Downfield to Tyler Shedd, who's going to send it the other way rather quickly. Jebbins with a short pass up to Castro, who centers it to Watson. Watson had was aiming for either Bill Stonich or Keith Richburg. No one could get there in time. Brad Gillespie breaks up to play for Amelia. Goalkeeper Isaacson for Forest Park. Takes the ball, gives the Chargers time to reset. A little roll over to Kevin Henderson on the top of your screen. Kevin's a transfer student from Lakota. He is a member of the Forest Park varsity tennis team also, and an honor roll student. Kevin stands 5'8", 148 pounds. There you see a shot by Richburg is high and sails over the far corner of the goal. 2 substitutions for the Barons. We have a number 24 coming in, but we don't have a name for that 24. Sorry about that. Number 44, Larry Wrinkle will come into the game. Sorry, we don't know who number 24 is, but he wasn't on the roster. So we'll refer to him as number 24. About all we can do. Sorry for the inconvenience. There you see 29, Brad Gillespie with the nice throw-in off the head of Tony Watson. Clear by Tyler Shedd to number 24, who we don't know. I believe that was 24 took a shot, and a nice save by Isaacson, a rolling save. Kevin Henderson dribbling through the Amelia offensive challenge. Tim Shedd looking for Jack Ecker upfield. Derek Grundy broke that play up for the Chargers. We'll have a Charger throw-in. 28 minutes remaining here. Gessendorf calling for his team to pull out. That helps some of you avid soccer fans at home. Really do hope you enjoy these Green Hills Forest Park Sports Spotlights. Our telecommunications department of the district presents. Our students put in a lot of hard work and effort to bring you these games. So we do hope you enjoy them, because we enjoy bringing them to you. Keith Richburg on the top of your screen. Having Amelia goal kick now. I believe the goal kick is going to be taken by number 44, Larry Wrinkle. Well, Larry set it up. So Larry, you got a little bit of credit there. I believe that, I can't quite see the number from up here on the tower, but I believe it's number 46, Tim Stevens. Amelia with an abundance of junior players on their team this year. 10 on the roster as compared to 2 freshmen, 3 sophomores, and 3 seniors. And number 24, whatever he may be. Les Castro takes a pass, intercepts a pass. Kick sails through the uprights by Brian Matthews. Kind of looks similar to one of Tyler Shedd's football kicks. Tyler, as you all know, the kicker for the Chargers. Tyler excels in 2 varsity sports here at school. Varsity soccer team as the team stopper, or sweeper, excuse me. And he's the kicker for the Chargers, and he's second in the city, and the city's and the paper's latest rankings with 29 points. I believe he's 26 of 27 for point after kicks, and then 1 field goal. I think that comes out to 29. Yes, it does. I don't think. Excuse me. It does come out to 29. Les Castro battling for the ball with 23, Brad Gillespie. Brian Matthews looking for Jack Ecker upfield. Ball taken from Ecker by number 8, Butch Smith. No, that was Rick Heinz. 6s and 8s kind of look the same from up here in the tower. Good videography to work tonight by our videographers, Brent Erkey and Mark Powers. Mark's taking control of the helm right now. I believe this is his first time working the camera, so we're glad to have Mark aboard, and I'm sure you'll be seeing his name on the closing credits. Excuse me, in the years to come. Having Amelia throw in and a substitution. As soon as our public address announcer tells us who it is, we'll be happy to pass that along on to you. It's in the 30s. If that helps any. I guess our public address announcer missed it too, so next time the ball comes upfield, we'll try to help you out at home. Temperature continuing to drop here. And I'm sure by the time we get well into the second half, the ball is going to be stinging a lot of chest out there. Interesting note about Forest Park coach Glenn Gibson. He was coach of the year for 1986 in the Cross County Conference, of which Forest Park is a member of. He has a full badge coaching license from the English Football Association. The United States Soccer Federation has given him a national B-level license, and he is a national referee for that same organization. So we have some expertise on our sidelines in Forest Park. Gibson, of course, taking over the helm for Coach Vince Pecoraro, who moved on to Xavier University as an assistant coach, I believe. Is that right, Mark? Yeah. Gibson's first year had a 13-3-5 record, guided the Chargers to the league championship in the Cross County Conference last year. And he coaches a U14 select soccer team called the Forest Park Stars. Interesting about the Stars on the side, they're undefeated in the last 2 years, so Coach Gibson has 2 excellent squads to work with in his time.
Throw in Forest Park.
Forest Park throw in over to Keith Richburg. Keith's going to center it over to Tony Watson. Tony with a kick off the side of his foot, easily handled by Amelia keeper Greg Gessendorf. Line drive punt. Brian Matthews attempting to take it off its foot. Les Castro's going to come up with it. Back to Tyler Shedd. Centers it to Tony Watson. Watson looking for Jack Ecker upfield. Can't get there. Les Castro with the nice hustle there. Center over to Keith Richburg. Bill Stonich is going to take it. 4 Chargers converging on the goal, and a nice save by Greg Gessendorf. Forest Park pressure was on. 22 minutes, 34 seconds. 34 seconds remain here in the first half of play. Tonight was Parents' Night at Charger Stadium. we were unable to bring you those events due to various technical difficulties we were experiencing before the game. But we'd just like to give a big thank you to all the parents, fans, cheerleaders, and our bus driver, Grace, for their support in this season and for giving us all the power for our quest for Columbus, as it was called earlier. So a big thank you to all our fans out there. These Chargers really appreciate it. And even if it's just staying at home and watching the games, at least your support's evident. And we really do thank you for that. Hard year put in by the Chargers thus far this year. Start a conditioning program that wasn't required began in the latter half of July. Practice started somewhere around the mandatory practice started around somewhere around the middle of August, and here it is, the second week of October. So some of these players out here on the field have 3 months of soccer action in already, and that's not mentioning the indoor play that happens during the winter and their conditioning that they do on their own. I know Tony Watson and Brian Matthews are basketball players. Exciting action taking place on the field right now. Bill Steinich with a chance at goal and a shot by number 22, Alan Prosser. A midfielder is just wide left of the goal. Craig Gessendorf with a valiant effort there. Couldn't quite get his hands on the ball, so we'll have a Amelia goal kick. Be taken by Tim Stevens. Tim, a sophomore fullback, getting some varsity experience early in his career. Les Castro with an attempted shot off the foot of number 6, Rick Heinz. Ball taken by David Powell, number 45, midfielder.
Offside. Free kick for Park.
Tyler Shedd will take the kick for the Chargers. Booming kick crosses the half-field stripe. Nice deflection by Tim Stevens for the Barons. As I mentioned earlier, Amelia 6-3 in the 1987 soccer season. Certainly nothing to be ashamed of. They're keeping these Chargers on their toes here tonight. Just under 19 minutes remaining in the first half. Brian Matthews with a chance here, and he does score. So Forest Park takes a 2-0 lead with 19 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the first half. You see Brian being congratulated by his teammates. It's getting a bit nippy out here. Be thankful you're at home enjoying this game in the warmth of your living room. Nice night for soccer here. It's not too hot, not raining. Little cool, but I'm sure as much running as the players do on the field, they don't mind it. Kevin Henderson comes back into the game for the Chargers right now. Ed O'Neill comes into the game for the Barons along with another player. I didn't quite catch the name as I was busy talking to you. Bill Steinich centers it over to Jack Ecker. Jack, kick upfield, will be taken by Amelia keeper Greg Gessendorf. High punt, just over the half-field stripe. We have an obstruction call on Les Castro. Have an Amelia free kick by number 22, John Shepard. John, a sophomore forward. Well, maybe not. The kick will be taken by Eric Smith. Eric's a senior forward. You might see in a minute number 34, Ed O'Neill, playing with a knee brace on. One of our regular starters, Scott Tidd, was injured in a game the last weekend. Scott not expected to return until tournament time. He's also in a knee brace. Just under 18 minutes remaining in the first half. Forest Park with the 2-0 lead over the visiting Amelia Barons. Jack Ecker with a shot just wide of the goal. Goalkeeping mistake by Greg Gessendorf. Bill Stonich playing heads-up soccer right there on the play. Have a Forest Park throw-in by Jack Ecker. Chargers converge on the goal. Throw back to fullback Ted Jebbins. Pull-out call by the Barons. Once again, we've heard that a couple times before tonight. Ball handled by 22 John Shepard for the Barons. Off the chest of Tyler Shedd. Tyler with the little clear up off the head of John Shepard. Jack Ecker comes up with control of the ball, racing towards the left corner. 34 Ed O'Neill tripped up on the play. Jack got a shot on goal off the foot of number 46, Tim Stevens. A lot of action still taking place. Shot by Keith Richburg. Wide right of the goal, so we'll have an Amelia goal kick. Good crowd on hand here tonight for the Chargers. Amelia stands are packed too. Have a sellout crowd here tonight. They're still filing in through the gate over there. A lot of people coming out to support their local high school soccer team, and that's what we like to see.
Shot by Les Castro is wide. Goal kick Amelia.
Several senior members of the Charger soccer team this year. We'll try to run those down for you real quick. We have Kerry Harrop, Keith Richburg, Les Castro, Todd Poe, Ted Jebbins, Jack Ecker, Scott Tidd, Kevin Henderson, Tony Watson, Brian Matthews, Tyler Shedd, team manager Roberto Flores, Alan Prosser, and goalkeeper Andy Isaacson. So we will miss those seniors as they either continue in their academic careers in college and hopefully playing some college soccer or getting jobs. Wish them all the best of luck. But we still have tournaments to go into, so they're not gone yet. Punt by Gessendorf, short of the midfield stripe.
Free kick Forest Park.
Hey, free kick Forest Park. Referee called something on the Barons. I couldn't quite hear him. I was drowned out by our cameraman. No problem there. Ed O'Neill misses a kick, lands on his back. Ed a little shaken up, more embarrassed than shaken up though, I believe.
Throw in Amelia.
Ed's up and walking, he's okay. Chargers being another offensive assault. Brian Matthews passing up to Bill Stonich. Bill in a bitter control. Gets it over to Matthews. Matthews passes up to Keith Richburg. Richburg dribbles through two Baron defenders before being caught by 44 Larry Wrinkle. Substitutions for the Chargers. Todd Poe coming into the game. And number 6, Dante Robinson enters. Nice defensive work by Keith McHenry. Butch Smith, excuse me. 8s and 9s are like the 8s and 6s. You gotta look close, tell them apart. Just kidding, guys. Don't get mad at me. Your cameramen are threatening to throw me off the tower right now. Rough crowd, rough crowd. It's all in fun, right, guys?
Yeah, that's great.
Good. I don't want to fall off this tower about 30 feet in the air here. Yeah, it'd be a hard drop. Back to soccer action. I'm sure you're not concerned with what's going on here in the tower. Todd Poe takes a shot, and it's wide and high. Our public address announcer calls it wide. I call it high. You can take your pick by looking at the screen, or, well, you can make your decision what's in your mind now. I guess it'd be kind of hard to see what happened there. Again, unless you got a VCR at home and you're taping this game. Be a nice thing to do if you're a student athlete. Tape the games, wrap them up, and give them to them for a Christmas present. Surprise them some year. Be a nice thing to do. Gessendorf's going to take the punt. If you'd ever like a copy of the games, just contact us here at Forest Park High School. The games you've seen on Channel 15 here, we have a copy of in our studio, and we'll be happy to dub them for you for a minimal charge. So drop us a line here, give us a call. The man you want to talk to about that's our producer, Dr. Stephen Hawley, and we'll be glad to assist you in any way we can. There you see Ted Jevons dribbling upfield, stopped by number 6, Rick Heinz. Keith Richburg with the pass up to Dante Robinson. Dante tripped up on the play by an Amelia defender. Looked like Rick Heinz having Amelia goal kick. 11 minutes, 12 seconds remaining here in the first half. We're winding down to halftime. Time to run over to the concession stand, grab some hot chocolate. Sorry you don't have the same 15 to 20 minutes we do. I think you might get kind of bored after 20 minutes of dead air. There not much happens out here at halftime. Just kind of a bunch of kids running around on the field shooting balls. Our ball boys doing a fine job as usual tonight, keeping play going along smoothly. And I'm sure our players and referees are happy about that. Shot. Shot by Jamie Testoff, saved by Andy Isaacson. Isaacson has 5 shutouts this year. He's one of the top goalies in the city, as according to the local press. In the top 5, I believe, in shutouts. There's several other keepers who have 5 shutouts. Has some city leading scorers here. I'm not sure the number. I believe it might be 13, but Jack Ecker and Keith Richburg. Forest Park having a banner year in boys athletics this year. Our football team off to a 5-0 start. Our soccer team already in the soccer tournament this year, so we have a chance of bringing home 2 state championships this year. A lot of student athletes on both squads, too. A lot of honor roll members on this Charger team. Les Castro, Kevin Henderson, Andy Isaacson. Todd Poe, Alan Prosser, Keith Richburg, Tim Shedd, Tyler Shedd, Bill Stonich, Scott Tidd. So a lot of student athletes here on this team. It's always nice to see. .46 for Amelia. Tim Stevens clears it out. There you see Todd Poe at the bottom of your screen with a little chipper over to Keith Richburg. Keith with some nice moves there. Gets it up to Jack Ecker. Jack in a little bit of trouble. Handles it nicely. Pass intended for Todd Poe. Rick Heinz took that away. Heinz with another out-of-bounds kick. Forest Park though and be taken by Jack Ecker. Jack's going to send it back to 17, Tony Watson, who will send it over to 18, Brian Matthews. I'm on a roll tonight. Don't even need to look at the Forest Park's varsity roster. I know them all now. Should know. Done about, what, 6 games this year? Yeah. And we're sure you enjoyed them all, didn't you? A lot of positive feedback comes in from the community on these games. And the students always like to see themselves on TV. And we're more than happy to do it for you, like I said earlier. Back to soccer again. Andy Isaacson with the punt. Gonna land short of the midfield stripe. Todd Poe misses the head ball. Todd gets it up there that time over Rick Heinz. No, that couldn't have been Rick. That is Butch Smith. Rick's a fullback. Butch is a midfielder. I was kind of wondering what a fullback was doing up there. Those 8s and 6s. Jack Ecker with a chance here. Todd Poe might take it. No. Todd Poe got a foot on it. Keith Richburg tried it, and nobody could put it in the goal. Todd's going to hustle back downfield, but it'll be cleared by Tyler Shedd. We'll have to excuse us a minute. We're experiencing a technical difficulty. Hello?
Free kick, Forest punt. Stop by Ecker. Made by Gessendorf.
Sorry about the inconvenience. Don't think you missed me too awfully much, but we're back. We have a player down on the field for Amelia. He's back up and walking. That's number 6, Rick Heinz. 34, Ed O'Neill will come back into the game. We're sure Rick's going to be okay. Maybe the nip of the air got to him. We see him. He's going to have his ankle treated on the sideline. So Rick, we hope you're not hurt. It's unfortunate that injuries do occur in soccer, but there's no way of getting around it. It is contrary to belief, it's not meant to be a contact sport, but it is. A lot of contact happens on the field. Not as much as in a football game or a wrestling match, but it's a demanding sport. A lot of running. A lot of sprinting, actually. You wouldn't call it running, call it sprinting. Which is why you always have those wind sprints to do in practice. I can sympathize with the players. I'm a cross-country runner, and shoot, I don't like running 8 miles a day. I can imagine how they have to feel running all those wind sprints and then after a hard 2-hour practice. Might be interesting to sit down and figure out how much soccer players how many miles they get in during a game. I know Mark can testify to the demandingness of soccer as being a player and a referee for the SAY League. Mark also a member of the cross-country team in the band. We keep our guys busy around here. Brent's also in the band, a tenor saxophone player, in his second year of telecommunications, along with myself, Mark in his first year. But you're more interested in a soccer game, right? There's Keith Richburg. Keith's going to get his second shot of the game tonight with 5 minutes and 1 second. Or his second goal, excuse me. 5 minutes and 1 second remaining in the first half. Forest Park takes a commanding 3-0 lead over the visiting Amelia Barons. As I mentioned earlier, Forest Park and Amelia both members in the Cross-County Conference in soccer, along with McNicholas, Walnut Hills, and Northwest. Thank our keeper Greg Gessendorf for helping me out there. I was looking for the number 8 on the field there and heard him yell Butch. I figured it was Butch Smith, so thanks, Greg. Appreciate it. Butch Smith breaks up the play there. We'll have an Amelia throw-in by number 40, Jamie Tessoff, a junior forward. Sorry if the picture's a little shaky tonight, but I think we're all shivering up here. It's getting cold, folks. Oh, is it getting cold? There you see Brian Matthews dribbling through a herd of Amelia players before being stopped. Number 22, Alan Prosser, in pursuit. Couldn't get there in time. Exactly 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Sure, everyone will welcome a break in the action. Players sit down, get their breath, review strategies, and I'm going over to grab some hot chocolate. What about you guys?
Yes, really.
It's getting nippy. Getting nippy. Nice cross. Jack Ecker's going to take it. Jack with Ed O'Neill on. Off the foot of Keith McHenry, I believe. Tim Shedd with the chance here. Up. Pass intended for Jack Ecker. Jack's going to come up with... No, he's battling Ed O'Neill for it, and Ed wins. But it doesn't count for points. Number 18, Brian Matthews. And Brian's down on the play. Not sure what happened there. Brian, a senior, a midfielder. He has 2 years experience on the varsity level. He was second team All-City last year. Brian's also a basketball and baseball player in addition to being a member of the band. Brian, 5 feet 10 inches tall, 150 pounds. Walks off the field okay. Injury substitution. Number 5, Les Stretch Castro comes back into the game. Taking over for Brian at the halfback position. Yeah.
Match will be restarted. A free kick by Forrest Park.
A free kick by Tyler Shedd is going to start this game back up here. Just under 3 minutes. 2 minutes and 54 seconds. If you want to be picky about it. Yeah, once injured Rick Hines goes back into the game now, sporting a little tape on his leg, I believe. Action underway once again. Ball sent upfield by Tim Shedd off the foot of Hines. Sorry for the few moments of silence there. We're having a couple technical difficulties up here. You know, bear with us. We're straightening them out right now. I believe the machine just had to let a little steam off. Winding down to 1 minute remaining in the first half. Amelia goal kick. Amelia trails 3-0 after goals by Keith Richburg, Brian Matthews, and another one by Keith Richburg. Ted Jevons sends the ball upfield. Tim Shedd battling for control with Butch Smith. Jack Ecker comes up with the ball. Jack with a little fake back to Keith Richburg. Richburg back up to Ecker. Couple 3 Chargers there in front of the goal. Keith Richburg and Tim Shedd, I believe. Maybe that was Les Castro and Tim Shedd was coming in from behind.
35 substitution.
Yes, it was.
Derek Grundy.
I stand corrected.
Goal kick, Amelia.
Goal kick, fading towards the sideline. Go out of bounds. Forest Park throw in. Be taken by... Won't be taken by anybody. The clock runs out. So we have a break in the action before another 40 minutes of soccer. Let's redo this, or recap the scoring. Yeah, I can talk tonight. Keith Richburg scored the very first goal with 35 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Brian Matthews scored about 16 minutes later with 19:09 remaining, and Richburg added his second goal just about 5 minutes and 20 seconds ago with 5:01 remaining in the first half. It's halftime, and we'll be right back after this message.
As president of the Green Hills Forest Park Board of Education, permit me to bring you up to date on an important issue in the life of our school district. Rumors have been circulating in our communities that a decision has been made to close several school buildings, including Green Hills High School, and consolidate to a single high school for the 1988-89 school year. Let me assure you that no such decision has been made. What is really happening at this time? Your school board must make some long-term critical decisions about the direction of our educational system in the face of declining enrollment. We have been and will continue to gather information from various sources, including community persons, school district administrators, and our employee associations to better evaluate our options. Following this information gathering phase, it is our intent to present the various options to our communities in a series of citizens forums throughout the school district. We plan to hold 10 such forums, one in each of our 10 buildings. After receiving and evaluating the feedback from the forums, then and only then will a decision be made. We will give you, our concerned citizenry, an opportunity to be heard in an orderly, systematic manner. Please give your board the opportunity to move through this critical decision-making process in an atmosphere of reason and fact and not rumor and suspicion. Thank you.
Let's go over the starting lineups once again for you. For the Barons, Rick Heinz, fullback, Butch Smith, midfielder, Keith McHenry, fullback, John Shepard, forward, Brad Gillespie, midfielder, Derek Grundy, fullback, Jamie Testoff, forward, David Powell, midfielder, Tim Stevens, fullback, Eric Smith, forward, and the goalkeeper tonight is Greg Gessendorf. Barons coached by Mr. Craig Mazzaro. For the home Chargers, Keith Richburg, halfback, Les Castro, halfback, Ted Jevons, fullback, Bill Stonich, striker, Jack Eckers, striker, Kevin Henderson, fullback, Tim Shedd, halfback, Tony Watson, stopper, Brian Matthews, halfback, Tyler Shedd, sweeper, Andy Isaacson, the goalkeeper. Chargers coached by Glenn Gibson, Gary Miller, varsity assistant, Bill Osler, reserve coach, trainer, Mr. Jan Shedd.
Forest Park Chargers will continue with Andy Isaacson, goalkeeper.
We'll run down the scoring of the first half while the teams are boarding the field here. Feel a little bit of airtime. Keith Richburg had 2 goals, one at 35-45 into the first half. with 35:45 remaining in the first half, and with 5:01 remaining. And Brian Matthews had a goal in between Richburg's with 19:09 remaining in the first half. 40 minutes of soccer action's yet to come your way. The Amelia Barons will start the second half off. We got our hot chocolate, we're warm and ready, and we're ready to bring you the second half of action. Jack Ecker trying to penetrate. Cross there by...
Throw in Amelia.
Can't see over that far. Looks like it may be Alan Prosser. Possibly Tony Watson. But the pass intended for Jack Ecker sails out of bounds. Amelia throw in. Bill Stonich centers the ball. No Chargers around. Jack Ecker with a little back pass over to 17, Tony Watson. Amelia goes into Charger territory for the first time of the second half, excuse me. See Ted Jevons, a fullback, playing way up. Might hear our reserve cheerleaders in the background. We can't get a shot of them for you since they are on the other side of the field, but we'd really like to give you their names as soon as I find them in my little handy-dandy program book here. Reserve cheerleaders cheer at every varsity soccer game at home and do a very good job, even go on the road a few times. Here we go. The 1987-88 reserve cheerleaders. Stephanie Walker, Jenny White, Missy Strunk, Marcy Freeman, Missy Meyer, Cindy Daniels, and Cammie Moore. There they are, this year's reserve cheerleaders. Great job, girls. Keep up the good work. We appreciate everything you do for us. Back to soccer action. We'll have a throw-in to be taken by co-captain and sweeper Tyler Shedd.
Proper throw-in.
And proper throw-in called against the Chargers. The Barons will take a turn.
Throw in Forest Park.
Chargers communicating well on the field tonight. Kevin Henderson trips up number 43. Well, it couldn't be 43. I don't have one on the roster. Maybe that was 48, Eric Smith. It's kind of like our number 24, who we still don't know who he is. We apologize for that fact. Nothing we can do about it. Keith Richburg stomps the ball on the ground, gets it up to Brian Matthews, who's back in the game. Remember, Brian went down in the first half. Glad to see Brian back. Brilliant save by Greg Essendorf. I believe the shot was taken by Mr. Shedd. Suppose that was Tim, since Tyler's back here. And Chargers half the field, so... Nonetheless, Tim Shedd's shot saved about 10 seconds ago. It's old news now. Amelia penetrating into Forest Park territory. Isaacson comes up with the ball, closely guarded by sweeper Tyler Shedd. Punt by Isaacson, off the head of Brian Matthews. And nicked off the side of the head. Didn't look like he got the full effect he wanted out of it. Clear up field by the Barons. Have a Forest Park threat here. No, go right here. Jack Ecker tripped up on the play. Sorry I couldn't see who it was. I was trying to get our cameraman to zero in on him for me. Sorry you had to hear my stage directions. Jack Ecker tripped up on the play. We'll have a call against that forward spark kick. Jack's kick was off the head of one of the Amelia fullbacks, Greg Gessendorf. Okay, let's clarify that. Jack Ecker took the kick. Tyler Shedd took the shot. Shedd's kick was wide. Maybe it was Tim Shedd. Guess it was Tyler though. That's what he said. Tyler's shot was wide, so we had an Amelia goal kick. I was getting ahead of myself. Tony Watson drives number 22, John Shepard, to his knees. Unintentional. Referee did not make a call on it. Instead, he issued the play on. Have an Amelia threat here, but it's out of bounds. Forest Park throw in to be taken by Tyler Shedd. We have a whistle blown on the play. Still trying to figure out what for. Fans responding in a manner of general approval. So Tyler Shedd will take the Forest Park throw in again, gets it all the way across the half field stripe to Jack Ecker, who's looking for Keith Richburg, but was cut off by an Amelia defender, Amelia defender. .33 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in this game. Forest Park with a 3-0 lead. Although Amelia has had their chances.
Throw in Amelia.
Amelia throw in to be taken by an Amelia player. Can't see the number. Look like Eric Smith from here.
Throw in Amelia.
Have another Amelia throw in. Wish I had some binoculars. I could bring all these guys to you, but no can do.
Corner kick, Amelia.
Amelia corner kick. Jamie Tessoff's going to take that corner kick, thanks to our public address announcer. Four Forest Park Chargers right there. Bill Stonich with a chance here. We have a call on a play. Will be a Forest Park free kick. I believe it might have been an obstruction call on the player guarding Bill Stonich. Bill in his first year of the varsity level of play. Doing a fine job. He missed a few games in the last 2 weeks. Had a chip bone in his foot or something to that extent, but Bill's back in the lineup. Have a Forest Park free kick. Amelia Barons communicating among themselves on the field. Kick will be taken by Tony Watson. I saw Tyler Shedd making his Move the wire. Don't do that. Just move the wire.
Boy, we experiencing difficulties here.
Yeah, we have a few technical difficulties here.
We fell off the tower.
Hold on for just a minute. Sorry about the technical difficulties. It's all straightened out now.
On,
27 minutes remaining here in the game.
Shot by number 4, Richburg, saved.
Richburg's shot on goal was saved by Gessendorf. Once again, remind you, Forest Park with a 3-0 lead after 2 goals by Richburg and a goal by Brian Matthews. Amelia sends the ball upfield. Tyler Shedd will clear it out up to Ted Jebbins. Having Amelia throw in after the pass intended for Brian Matthews was kicked out of bounds.
Substitution, Forest Park. Alan Prosser, throw in Forest Park.
Alan Prosser is going to come into the game for first-year varsity player Tim Shedd. Tim getting his first break since the game began. Chargers with an downfield assault. Amelia throw in. Ed O'Neill and John Shepard come back into the game for the Amelia Barons. Shepard had started the game. Number 19, Dan Roach was battling with Alan Prosser. Number 40, Jimmy Tessoff sends the ball upfield. Nice save by Andy Isaacson with a lot of pressure in his face.
Shot on goal was by Pat Resch.
It's number 36, Pat Resch, a midfielder and junior midfielder, who pressured Isaacson there. Winding down towards 23 minutes remaining in the game. Have a Forest Park throw-in on top of your screen. Brian Matthews centering the ball. Pressure back on. 45, David Powell is going to bring the ball to the field. Ball gets by Tyler Shedd, but Ted Jebbins is there.
Offsides, Amelia.
Offsides called against the Amelia Barons. Forest Park will have a free kick. 22:54 remaining. Our sellout crowd really getting in the game here tonight. Very enthusiastic crowd on hand. Kevin Henderson chipper downfield to Alan Prosser. Alan evades 2 Amelia defenders. One of the Amelia players warned by the referee, take it easy on the field, starting to get a little bit too aggressive in his judgment.
Throw in Forest Park. Ladies and gentlemen, hot dogs and popcorn are 2 for 1 at the refreshment stand.
Temper starting to flare on the field. Things starting to get a tad bit aggressive. Really don't want to see anything happen. The situation involves 45 for Amelia, David Powell. And Brian Matthews. Free kick on Amelia after a penalty was called against the Chargers. The infamous Charger wall goes up for the first time tonight. Referee instructing the players about the regulations regarding the building of that wall. This is really soccer at its best, these situations like this. Off the head of somebody on the field. Ball was moving a little bit too quick for my judgment. 19, Daryl Downing into the game for the Chargers. Daryl started out the season on reserve level this year, made his way up to varsity. Jamie Tessoff had a shot on goal, but it was wide. Amelia substitutions, number 8, Butch Smith comes into the game. And another player who we can't identify at this time. Have an Amelia goal kick. That's Forest Park goal kick. Have to address our public, correct our public address announcer there. Forest Park goal kick taken by Ty Shedd. A lot of aggressive play saved by Dessendorf on a shot by Forest Park. .5 minutes remain in this athletic contest featuring the Forest Park Chargers visiting Amelia Barons. Amelia makes its way into Charger territory. Andy Isaacson takes control of the defense, takes the ball himself, and is going to punt it. Gave his team about 3 seconds to reorganize, set up. Keith Richburg gets the ball. Keith playing way back. Keith battling for control with Dan Roach. 45, David Powell was making his way towards the goal before a push-off white was called. That's a push-off against the Chargers. Little mini wall builds up. Alan Prosser, Ty Shedd, Kevin Henderson, I believe, in there. One other Forest Park player. A couple others come over to join in. Shot splits the uprights. If his football be worth 3 points. Doesn't count for anything here but a Forest Park goal kick.
Henry, number 48, Eric Smith.
Rick Heights, Keith McHenry, and Eric Smith all into the game for the Barons.
Number 7, Todd Poe.
Todd Poe comes back in for the Chargers. And Dante Robinson also. Another time check, just under 18 minutes. We're halfway through the second half, which means we're 3/4 of the way done with this game. Forest Park with a 3-0 lead. If Amelia has any hopes of getting back in it, they better start now.
Throw in Forest Park.
36, Pat Roche tried to keep the ball alive and ends up taking it out. It was Forest Park throw-in. Forest Park making his way towards the Amelia goal. Ball loose after the goalie was tripped up. I believe we have an Amelia player down. And an injury timeout will be called. Might be one of the Amelia fullbacks. Can't see the number. He is laying on his stomach and can't quite see it from our viewpoint. We certainly do hope it's not serious. We're going to take a timeout here as we have this injury timeout. We'll be right back in just a moment. Injury timeout will soon be over. We still can't see who it is. Player having to be carried off the field, it's certainly not a good sign, and we regret that such an incident had to occur, but it certainly wasn't intentional. It's just part of the game of soccer, and I'm sure most of you soccer players and aficionados will understand that. We still can't tell you who it is. Wish we wouldn't have to in the first place. Match will be restarted with a kick by Forest Park, presumably to be taken by sweeper Tyler Shedd, the senior co-captain. Another shot by Shedd is wide, or high. It splits the uprights. Tyler does that in football games. Splits the uprights of the football. Never forget one of Tyler's quotes after the football victory, which he won last year in the playoffs against Lovell, and he said kicking a football is just like kicking a soccer ball. It's just a different shape. Unforgettable. And if that quote was wrong, I'm sorry, but it was something to that extent. Have a Forest Park throw in by Ted Jevons to Brian Matthews. Ball kicked out by, we'll take a risk and say it was 45, David Powell.
Throw in Amelia, substitution Amelia. Number 8, Smith.
Play resumes, 15 minutes, 52 seconds remaining. Keep getting closer and closer to the end of this game. Amelia is yet to score. The score stands 3-0.
Corner kick, Forest Park.
Corner kick by Forest Park, or to be taken by Forest Park.
Corner will be taken by number 18, Brian Matthews.
Number 18, Brian Matthews, will take the corner kick, and I thank our public address announcer for keeping me well informed tonight, because I can't see as good as he can. 15-10, the clock says.
Head ball by Keith Richburg.
Keith Richburg's head ball.
By Gessendorf. Corner kick, Forest Park.
Gessendorf blocked the ball, goes over the back touchline, and we'll have another Forest Park corner kick. Dante Robinson to try his luck this time. Kick taken by Kevin Henderson. Henderson passes over to Tony Watson. Watson chips it down to Brian Matthews, I believe.
Offsides on Forest Park.
Forest Park receives an offsides call from the referee. And Amelia will take the ball. Free kick Amelia. Keith Richburg tripped up on the play with one of the Amelia players. An onslaught of Amelia Barons up here in Charger territory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them at one time running towards the goal. Andy Isaacson quickly backed up and prepared to take a shot, which never happened. Keith Richburg there on the play, missed the head ball. Dante Robinson comes over. Kevin Henderson, chipper over to Todd Poe. Todd's going to send it down to Matthews. Excuse me, that's not Brian Matthews. It might be Daryl Downing.
Free kick, Amelia.
We'll have an Amelia free kick. Okay, Brian Matthews is on the field. Number 19, I believe, is Daryl Downing. There's Brian Matthews with the ball there. That's Tony Watson right now. Back over to Brian Matthews, who's going to send it up to Todd Poe. Todd couldn't quite get to it.
Shot by Watson, wide.
Watson's shot was wide.
Substitution, Forrest.
Amelia goal kick.
Number 9, Bill Sonic. Number 10, Jack Eckert. Number 12, Jeff Zalatoris.
Bill Stonitz, Jack Egger, and Jeff Zalatoris all come into the game for the Chargers. Clock reads 11 minutes and 49 seconds. And that's much time we have left in this game. We will have an Amelia throw-in from the bottom corner of your screen. Ball out of bounds. Have a Forest Park throw-in. Jeff Zalatoris provided coverage on the play. Jeff racing back to his defensive assignment in the middle. Oh, about 10 to 20 yards away from the mouth of the goal. Call it 20.
Free kick, Amelia.
Heard the Amelia players saying on field, stick the ball, stick the ball. Good defensive strategy in this point in the game. High sailing pump by Gessendorf. Handled by Tony Watson. Kick clear upfield by Amelia player, sails out of bounds. Throw in by Kevin Henderson over to Tony Watson. Dante Robinson in on it. Tony Watson regains control of the ball, begins his assault downfield. Gessendorf ends up with the ball. Vermillion sends it out. Ball recovered by Bill Stonich. Stonich passes down. Ball will go out of bounds. We'll have an Amelia throw-in.
Throw-in, Amelia. Substitution, Amelia. Number 19, Dan Ralph.
19, Dan Rauch. Midfielder, sophomore midfielder. Comes into the game. Kevin Henderson kicks it back to goalkeeper Andy Isaacson. Isaacson with a punt short of the midfield stripe. Kicked it from the goal line, 10 yards out of the mouth of the goal. Amelia with a threat here. We have a trip called against Forest Park. So we'll have an Amelia free kick An Amelia throw-in was taken. Andy Isaacson with some good defensive work, and congratulations to the Forest Park defensive unit on fine coverage from preventing an Amelia goal. 7 minutes 54 seconds remaining, second half in the game. Ted Jevons takes control of the ball. Ball stolen from him. Amelia posing a real threat here. Tyler Shedd takes his man. Ball cleared by Tony Watson. Bill Stonich and Alan Prosser right there for the Chargers. Forest Park trying to make the score 4-0. 7.5 minutes. Alan Prosser knocks the ball out of bounds. We'll have an Amelia throw-in. 20-yard throw-in. Kevin Henderson providing coverage. Ball was being handled by Butch Smith for Amelia. We see 45, David Powell, junior midfielder, giving the ball back to his keeper, Greg Gessendorf. Exactly 7 minutes remain in the second half. 7 minutes remaining in this game, in which Forest Park holds a commanding 3-0 lead over the visiting Amelia Barons. Free kick, Forest Park. Forest Park fans suddenly come alive as the excitement builds. Another Forest Park victory is in the works as the quest for Columbus continues. I like that, quest for Columbus. It has a nice little ring to it. As I mentioned earlier, Forest Park does have the #1 seed in the soccer tournament. They'll be playing their first game at home on October 28th. That's on a Wednesday night. Imagine it'll be a 7 or 7:30 p.m. start time, so we'd like to see you come out and support our varsity soccer team.
Throwing Amelia.
I believe by the time this game is on the air, the Forest Park football team will be playing Amelia and Northwest on the road before returning home to play Green Hills in the Blue-Green Classic. And of course, we'll be bringing you the Blue-Green Classic, a extra special edition of the Green Hills Forest Park Sports Spotlight. And then Forest Park will close their season on November 6th, or close their regular season on November 6th against Goshen. Should be a fine matchup. Back to soccer action. Bill Stonich goes downfield, man on from behind, looking for Keith Richburg. Keith can't quite get there. Amelia defense handles the situation. Stonich with control of the ball once again. Just 4 minutes, 45 seconds remaining. Forest Park goalkeeper Andy Isaacson and the rest of the Charger team trying to preserve Isaacson's shutout, and I believe it will be his 6th. I may stand corrected at 7, but I believe it will be number 6 for Andy. Andy, who started off the season with 4 straight, I believe. Before that string being broken by it was either Roger Bacon or St. Xavier. Of course, Forest Park went on to defeat the Bombers and then were defeated at home by the Spartans. That St. Xavier game was a Green Hills Forest Park Sports Spotlight. Weren't able to bring you the Spartans game due to prior commitments. It proved to be Forest Park's first loss of the season, and since then they've lost to Fairfield. Had a couple ties this year, most recently against Walnut Hills 1 week ago from tonight. Today is a Thursday. Game is being filmed on October 6th, 1987. It's October 8th, excuse me. Still having trouble between 8s and 6s. They all look the same from a distance. Cocoa fever's running wild up here in the booth. Need some more cocoa. October 8th, excuse me. Just full of blunders tonight. Amelia Thread easily handled. Ball given back to Isaacson by one of his key defensive players. He'll take the ball, winding down to 3 minutes remaining. Forest Park victory is being brought to you tonight by the Green Hills Forest Park City Schools. I'm Glenn Olson, our videographer. Mr. Brent Erkey and Mark Powers was here. Oh, 2 minutes, 22 seconds. Have a Forest Park throw in, the Amelia crowd on hand. Didn't like the call. Jeff Zalatoris battling for ball control with Pat Rosh. Amelia still battling Forest Park. Forest Park would like to make the score 4-0. And I'm sure Amelia would like to ruin Andy Isaacson's shutout. Well, 1 minute, 18 seconds remaining in this game. Andy Isaacson handles. Shot was by Jamie Tesseroff. Isaacson handles it. And Amelia throw in. 1 minute remaining. 58 seconds, actually.
Throw in Amelia.
Amelia throw it. Alan Proster's going to send it back to Andy Isaacson.
Pleasure to announce that with tonight's win, the Forest Park Chargers boys soccer team is the 1987 cross-county championship conference champions.
It was just announced with tonight's victory, which is certain now with 15 seconds remaining. Forest Park, for the second year in a row, is the cross-county champions. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Forest Park for the second year in a row. Might even be third year. I can't remember it back in 85. Forest Park once again cross-county conference champions. It's time to do our traditional star of the game. Not much question over who it's going to be. Keith Richburg had 2 goals tonight, provided excellent offensive and defensive work. And so, Keith, I remember one of the games I did last year, you were star of the game, and you're going to get it again this year, pal. Brian Matthews also had a goal. So Forest Park wins this contest 3-0 and therefore sews up the cross-county conference championship. This contest is brought to you by the Green Hills Forest Park School District. It is produced by Dr. Stephen Hawley, our boss, and the crew working today featured Brent Erkey and Mark Powers behind the cameras.
Phillips, watch for number 17. He's going to sneak in front of the Taylor net and just drill it home. The Forest Park attack relentless. Later on, Forest Park on the prowl again. This time, watch for number...
A rampage against the Taylor Yellow Jackets tonight. Brian Matthews and Tom Richburg both pulled off the hat trick tonight, pushing 3 through the net. Here's Matthews driving one through with the Taylor goalie out of position to make the score 15-0. They would go on to crush the Yellow Jackets 20-0 to retain their top rank. Taylor's got a good football team now. Let's go back to the scoreboard. AA, Cincinnati Country Day falls to Cincinnati Christian. Marymount likewise to Madeira. CNE was shut out by Indian Hill. Wyoming blanks Reading. Baden a 3-1 winner over North Cottage Hill. And Finneytown 10-2 over Edgewood. In that game, The number 2 ranked AA Wildcats with a relatively easy time of it.
Tonight they lose in the district finals. Turpin hosting Dayton Wayne at the Forest Hills Soccer Stadium. Take a look. First half, Dayton pass goes to Neil Chandler. Back of the net, they led 1-0. And the fans excited. Guys, don't hurt him. I mean, you got to have to play. 1 goal is all the Warriors need. Watch this slow-mo. Oh, the guy is airborne. Rob Trimbach saves it. That made the difference. Wayne stuns Turpin 1-0. On to Forest Park, Class AA district final tonight. Forest Park and Tip City. Trailing 1-0, Jack Eckert on the slow-mo. Yes, it counts. Things were all tied at 1. 27 seconds. Tommy Matthews, the corner kick. Cross-up in communication. It counts. Forest Park advances with a 2-1 win in the district finale. Other winners in soccer tournament action tonight. On the boys' side, Indian Hill wins. On the ladies' side, Centerville and Clayton Northmont. In ladies volleyball, what's the first name that comes to mind? Well, Seton, of course.
Finals 2 years ago, finals last year. Maybe this is going to be the year for Indian Hill. The Braves have an Indian reservation at the soccer finals because they won tonight, and they won it with good defense and a little luck, like from the crossbar. The Braves had a 2-0 lead on Forest Park in the first half, take a 3-0 lead when Steve Innes beats the goalie right there. 3-0 final, and now Indian Hill goes to the state finals this Saturday.
Our boys, I think, showed some people that we can play soccer with anybody. Forest Park's a fine team.
It's in high school, but it's between Indian Hill and Forest Park. And what you have coming up here is what they really is a free ball. 2 people trying to run it down. That's Steve Innes who does run it down, and he goes back to the short side. And if you're the goalie, you got to look for the wide side. Look at it again, and with his left foot, Innes buries it to the opposite side you would expect, the short side. That gives him a 3-0 lead, Indian Hill, that is. He also assisted on the first goal, which Andy Schwab scored, and Reagan Bronson, known as the President, also scored the other goals on the scoreboard. Indian Hill shut out Forest.
Soccer, boys tournament soccer, girls tournament soccer tonight. We were all over the tri-state, spanning the globe, as Jim McKay says. Even before tonight, though, it was a foregone conclusion that a Cincinnati team would be in the boys' finals of the state AA soccer tournament. Tonight's game between Indian Hill and Forest Park would decide who that would be. In first half action, Reagan Branson has the goalie. Andy Isaacson beaten and lets one fire, but it goes off the post, almost hits Isaacson in the back of the head. Good break for Forest Park. Chargers' turn now as Tony Watson, with his blazing speed, beats the pack.